Hey everybody, it's Pete. Good morning and welcome to a new episode of Stocks for Breakfast, and actually the last episode of Stocks for Breakfast this year, but that doesn't make it any less important. We're going to talk about today. First, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you very much for being a part of our community. I really appreciate it. Today, we're going to talk about the different stages of becoming and moving towards a successful trading account. And in order to have a successful trading account, which is growing every single month, not every single trade, not every single day, every single month, you need to become somebody. You need to become somebody who understands the difference between just looking at ideas and digging in a little bit deeper and trying to find trades that have a high probability of reaching your profit target. That's a big distinction. A lot of new members of the community come in and they're looking to pull up a scanner and see what's up big pre-market and want to get involved because it's up right now. But I got news for you. Generally speaking, the trades that make money over and over and over again, the ones with reliability, reliable profits, predictable outcomes over time, those are the ones that have existing order flow. And to take it even a step further, they have order flow that goes back where you can literally see that the order flow is obvious, it's persistent. And what you want to have in your mind is that somebody with deep pockets, we call that the smart money. Benjamin Graham called that Mr. Market. Somebody with deep pockets is giving that stock attention and they're doing it over time. And how do I know deep pockets? That's a question we get all the time. How do I know deep pockets? Well, if somebody moved a stock from 20 to 80, for example, we're going to take a look at a stock in a second. It takes money to do that. It takes a commitment to do that. That's where we're watching the order flow. So if you don't understand what order flow is, it's essentially the orders from the smart money, the orders from the deep pockets that are buying and selling pressure. So for example, when somebody's buying a stock, the longer they're doing it, the more of a commitment they're making to that stock. So even think about your own trading. You're trading 100 shares or 5,000 shares. Why did you make the distinction between the two? And it's your conviction level. And the conviction level combined with deep pockets, that's where order flow starts to push a stock around. So if you look to a stock and you say, wow, it's up in a scanner today, I need to trade it, that's one day of commitment. But if you start to look to the left and you say, well, how long has the smart money been doing this? How long has somebody been committing capital to this stock? Is it 1 day, 2 weeks, 2 months, an hour? That conviction level that you have should be born out of recognizing the order flow. Then the next step after that is understanding tape reading. Tape reading is where you get to a point where you say, okay, I found good ideas. Now, is it the right time to buy this stock? So picking a side and picking a spot and picking the right time, not the same thing. So that last part is not chasing price action. So every trader, and I'm saying this to give you some food for thought heading into a long weekend now, right? Every trader goes through the same stages. You start out by losing money. Maybe you get lucky and you start making money right out of the gate. If you've never traded before, that's luck. I'm just straight up telling you, or you just started it in the most amazing market. But eventually you start to think that you got it and you don't need to learn and there's no skill and the market smacks you. It happens to everybody. So let's just say maybe you got lucky, maybe you didn't. Everybody starts out losing because you have to first understand what you're doing and you need to get a healthy respect for risk. So you go through this learning curve where you start losing and then you start to learn what not to do. If you're smart, you pay attention to what's going on. So you start losing, you learn what to do, and now you avoid low probability situations. So now you're losing less. You go from losing to losing less to start formulating your trading plan, which we had a really good video on a trading plan template. I'll post that up here during this video. And then you get to a point where now you're starting to come out the other side where you're stopped losing, you're losing less, and now you're making a little, making a little, losing a little, making a little. You're not seeing progress, but you've clearly gone to the other side. It's that last little leap, which is tape reading, where you're finding ideas, but you're not necessarily making what you should. And that's what I want you to aspire to be for 2021, is understanding order flow, understanding tape reading, which means you're timing your entries into ideas that have a high probability of earning money in exchange for the risk that we must accept on those ideas. That's really where trading becomes fun. Trading becomes fun when you know what you're looking at, but first you need to have a structure of what to look at, which is understanding how to read order flow, right? So again, I just want to make this about giving you ideas on why you might be where you are now, and then hopefully you set monster, ambitious, get out of your comfort zone goals for 2021. The last part of what we need to talk about is actually, once you have all those pieces together, is gaining the experience to understand when you should be aggressive, when you should trade for cash flow, when you should build a position, and when you should be in cash. So the most important thing, the biggest mistake I made when I first started trading, and I want to give you this insight, the most important thing for you to be learning right now is paying attention to your results. Now, not necessarily your results from trade to trade, but pay attention on your results over the week. Does your edge, if you have an edge that's not like mine, like order flow, and if you want my edge, you can just click down and learn about it. Does your edge produce positive results over a larger sample size? So that sounds scientific-y, right? But it really means if you make 10 trades, even if you mismanaged those trades, would they have been winners? So that means that you are on the right side of the ledger, but then you need to get that last part, which we call BEE, which is between entry and exit. And that's really where the magic happens. Once you understand order flow, understand tape reading, start to find that optimal entry point, then that last part is you've now entered the right trade. Did you make 1,000 or did you make 50 because it wasn't managed properly? You didn't notice enough about the market to keep you into that position. Sounds like a lot. You know what? You want that unlimited upside? Got to dig in a little bit. You got to dig a little bit. It's once you have the structure, it's not hard. But if you're trying to figure this all out on your own, those are the steps. The first step is to understand exactly what you need to see. Once you have that structure in place, then you set up expectations for profits. Then you set up timing. Then you set up actually learning how to manage the trade. And I'm going to tell you straight up, it's that last part, managing winning trades, that is where you separate yourself from somebody who's frustrated and speaks all the trading language in the world but can't get paid, from you walking around confidently saying, I'm the reason I'm making money every month. I'm the reason because I did the time to put together this strategy. I paid attention to my results. I adjusted them based on the feedback the market gave me. And ultimately now I'm consistent because I know what I'm doing and I follow it. So it's a lot to unpack, but you want to know something. Look, you're watching this, you have a burning desire to have a better life for yourself. I applaud that, first of all. And it's an amazing moment in your life. And you say, you know what, I'm going to go and do it. And I really have a lot of respect for somebody who does that because you have big dreams. You're the person that wants to go out and do it. And look, I mean, if there's anything I can teach you, even if it's outside of trading, it's seek the impossible. It's never more than a step away. You just have to take action and then pay attention to the results you're getting from the action. So I just wanted to give a little bit of a structure, some thought processes for you to have coming and going out of one year and into the next one. There's a lot of opportunity. This is a really glorious, glorious time to be a stock trader right now, especially where we're practically trading commission free right now. So the only thing stopping you from being profitable is making sure small losses stay as small losses, which brings me to the last piece of the puzzle. The last piece of the puzzle is this. If trading losses bother you, I'll let that sink in for a second. You're like, of course they bother me. They shouldn't. I'm going to tell you a secret here now. It's kind of advanced kind of stuff. And again, this has to do with the stages of where we all are in our trading career. Trading losses only bother you because you're not making more on your winners. I can't say it any other way. If you're making $5,000 on your winner and then $6,000 on your next winner, and you're making what you're supposed to, all of those smaller losses don't matter because they're business expenses. So I want to challenge you right now. Ask yourself if losing trades bother you, which I'm telling you straight up, they should not. If you're thinking like a pro, we talk about in the community, hashtag act like a pro, trade like a pro. Losses bother you because you don't have enough revenue to offset those losses and see your account grow. So here's the biggest challenge for you going forward. If losses bother you, you need to really pay attention to why did I not make more when I had that big fish on the hook? That's the challenge now. For new traders, losses stink. For experienced traders, what what burns a hole in our stomach is, why didn't I make more, and how can I do better next time? So that's the challenge for you right now. Have a great day. If you have any questions, let me know.